Hey there, we are back for another case study, and I really love it when clients become friends, and then you get to hang out in person, and which we've done both here in the US. Jason Osborne actually's come here. They did an event here. We got to hang out. We got to play VR games together, but also get to go see him in London as well. And I met his son. So Jason is just an awesome individual and an incredible LinkedIn coach as well. So Jason, first of all, thank you so much for willing to kind of share your case study of working with VAs. So let's just start with what is it you actually do from a coaching perspective.
Yeah, sure. So my name's Jason. I run a company where I focus in on helping business to a lot of people all over the world. So with that comes a lot of administrative tasks and ongoing things that I need help with, which is where you come in. That's essentially what we do in our business. I also work with a large organization where I run their coaching program, and we work with a lot of your VAs in that as well.
Cool. Thank you. And ironically, Dylan was just actually on right before this, so he kind of shared the big picture perspective. But so tell me, day to day, what is your VA doing for you?
I have one VA that does some fairly generic type of tasks on what I do on social media for me. So they look over my customer service, they look over all my JV management, they look over setting up different campaigns that we're running on some software tools that we run with webinars and things like that. It's quite detailed stuff that they're doing, which is great. We've got another VA that counts over with one of our other companies that we work with, a lot of the coaching administrative side, very high level thinking in what they do. Incredible team member in that team as well. So we use VAs all the way from just doing what we'll call that day-to-day kind of tasks. I don't want to call them menial tasks because I don't want to downplay the VA, but it's just those things that we need to get done, all the way up to VAs that do kind of higher level tasks, a lot of critical thinking. And your company is great because you provide all levels of VA services on that for whatever we need in our businesses, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, and if you're partway through reading the book, you already know as the reader that we like to refer to them as vital assistants versus virtual. And the word virtual means not real, but vital means that they do the vital work in the business. Sometimes for us, it may be the mundane, the overwhelming, the repetitive, the boring that I don't want to do, that I dislike doing, but yet all vital to the success of a business. Jason, what do you feel is the actual impact? So obviously they're doing stuff for you, but what's the impact been on your business, whether it's financial, whether it's customer service or quality of service, whether it's time back, but what for you is the biggest takeaway?
So a little bit of all that. I think the biggest thing, if I were to summarize it, is the freeing up of mental space. So there was a lot of things as my business started growing. There was the just day-to-day stuff they need to get done. Replying back to customers with a lot of times customers will ask questions and it's very easy for them to find. They're just lazy. They email in and you've got to reply back to them. But it just takes up the mental space of me as a business owner of what I'm doing to grow the business. And so having someone as a virtual assistant, vital assistant, as you call them, VA that can be in there and just deal with those things, making sure that they're dealing with customers on the level that you'd want them to deal with and good customer service. It helps just free up and know that my clients are in good hands so I can focus in on building the business and growing it so I can go and do what I want to do, not get bogged down in that day-to-day, as you said, necessary, has to be done, but my attention is better focused to other places to help grow the business. So in a nutshell, amongst other things, cost savings, growing the business, all that stuff, that's the big thing, is that mental space of freeing up for me to be able to focus on the things to grow the business.
Cool. Scenario I'm going to present to you, right? All the VAs suddenly disappear. What would your business look like if that happened?
Well, it's when you said that, I didn't even think of what my business would look like. I think, what am I going to look like? Right? It's like, it would literally be like, I'm already losing my hair. It'd be gone. Right? It'd just be gone. If I had to do everything and deal with all the little things that need to get done every day and deal with those, it would completely stress me out. The business itself, in terms of the growth of business, would just come to a grinding halt because all of my time would be focused on the day-to-day activities that have to get done. And yeah, it would be terrible. I don't even like thinking about it. Terrible question, Bijal.
All right, some final words. So we probably have 3 or 4 different types of readers. People who are thinking about hiring a VA for the first time, people who may have already hired a VA and it may not have gone well the first time, people who are experienced at hiring VAs, but now they're thinking about scale, such as Rethink Academy that we both are, working with. What are your words of wisdom to those? Because I think you've seen it in all three categories, right? When you started, you didn't have a VA, so you have to make a choice to hire a VA. You could have hired a VA from other places, but you obviously chose to work with us. Why? And for people who are kind of resisting hiring a VA, like, oh, can I afford it? And is it the best use of my money? What are your words of wisdom?
Yeah. Okay. First of all, if you're looking to hire a VA and you've not started yet, you think, can I afford it? The other question is you can't not afford to do it, right? I think we all get to those places, can I afford bringing someone on? But to have someone as a VA to come on, what it does to free up your time, you will not regret that decision. It is life changing. It's a big term, but it is. It's absolutely life changing. So I would definitely say take that plunge. In terms of kind of the mistakes or things that you're asking when people do around that is don't think that you're just going to have someone come in and they're going to know how to do everything off the bat, right? There's an element in training. Of course, your company is great at helping train the VAs in a lot of ways, but you still have to train them on what you're doing and realize they're a team member, right? And it just like any other team member, you've got to, it's a relationship you're building with your VA. When you have that in place, it's incredible. And so you want to train them up and they'll get better and better and better over time on the specific ways that you work, and realize that they're there to support you and help you. Your company, obviously, all the training you guys put into the VAs is incredible resource because the VAs are always learning new stuff that they can help you with in the business as well. For me, I always like bringing in a VA and think they're part of a team member. The VAs that work with me out of your company that work with me, I always tell them, you're not a VA to me, you're a team member. I don't want you to think as a VA. You're a team member. And when you can change the mindset of, okay, I'll just have someone work cheap for me, as opposed to they're learning an incredible wage in the country they live in. They're a team member. They're part of your community. They're an extension of your business. They're part of your business. It changes the way that they show up and work for you as well. And you'll see an incredible amount of increase of productivity from them as well. So anyway, it's probably more than what you asked, but it's just some things that I've learned that's
No, that's
really
wrong. It's just one thing me telling people, having been doing this since 2009, it's really another thing when the clients actually are willing to share their experience. Sometimes it's the good, bad, and the ugly as well, right? Sometimes things don't go to plan, but you have to course correct, you have to adjust. It's not like we can look in the mirror and say that we are a perfect entrepreneur by any means, right? We're always learning, we're adjusting, we're adapting to new environments, new situations, and VAs do the same for us, right? So I appreciate you sharing your insights, Jason. Jason, I believe when you were sharing what you do, we may have had some breakdown in internet. Can you just reshare again what it is you do?
Yeah, sure. I run a company where I work with businesses all over the world, helping them with their LinkedIn marketing and LinkedIn marketing strategy so they can get really good, high quality leads on LinkedIn without being spammy or paying for ads. I also contract out with a really large company as their head of coaching, and we work with some of your VAs within that company as well. So I do a lot of stuff, but mainly work with businesses and individuals, helping them with online businesses and online marketing.
Awesome. Buddy, I appreciate you taking some time to share your insights, and we'll catch up real soon. Bye for now.
My pleasure. Cheers, man.